And are you April Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to show you a document entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same April Marie Sanchez who was placed on community supervision in 2020 CR 2524 for the offense of felon in possession of a firearm on July 10th, 2020 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Judge, violated condition number 5. In Bear County, Texas, the defendant April Marie Sanchez did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January and February 2022 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
We'll waive all other violations, Judge.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, ma'am.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. You're on regular probation. Did you understand that the court could sentence you up to 3 years in prison and up to a $1,500 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5? No.
I didn't hear you.
So let me explain it. So you pled true to violation of condition number 5. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Now, I can find that true and I could sentence you up to 3 years in prison. I'm sure your attorney
Oh, yeah.
and the state probably have an agreement worked out. I don't have to accept that agreement. And I will tell you, in this court, if I don't accept the agreement that's been worked out, then I will let you know. And even though I don't have to, I would give you a chance to work out something else if I don't accept the agreement. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So do you understand that by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, I could find it true and sentence you up to 3 years in the prison? Did you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And up to a $1,500 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still want to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Judge, we're asking that you revoke her probation and sentence her to 2 years in TDC.
That is the agreement, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Sanchez, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. All right, the court will follow your agreement. The court will grant the motion. And the court will sentence you to 2 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Court will give you credit for any time served. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain, you're welcome. Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. I see that I'm the one who set your conditions, and part of the conditions I set for you was CPS compliance and parenting classes because you had children, and treatment for your drug issues. You haven't been successful on this probation. Let me tell you something. When you get out of prison, do not go, if your family member has custody of your children, do not go knocking on their door trying to take over and be a parent. Because let me just tell you, if Child Protective Services has said that we're giving your children to your relative and you show up and you live there, you're going to be opening your children up to be removed from that location. You understand?
Mhm.
And I think you would agree with me that at this stage in your life, you're not the best of parents for your children, right?
Mhm.
So when you go to the jail, and I will ask for therapeutic community for her, it won't extend length of time you are at the prison. But when you go there, you need to take advantage of all of the treatment they have available. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you get out of jail, the immediate thing you should do is not call your children, not call who has your children, but you should be finding a rehab treatment facility. And they have them here throughout town and they're free. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So I'm going to add therapeutic community for her. All right. Good luck to you.
Ma'am, does that keep my back time and all that? And,
You get credit for any time that you've been in custody.
and what about the authorizing the vehicle and the other
I'm
count?
sorry, what?
The other charge I have and the other count?
No, I'm not in charge of that. I'm just in charge of what is here, okay?
Lauren just said it's 229 days.
Okay, she'll receive credit for that.
Yes, thank you. And
All right.
excuse.
Yes, you may. Always a pleasure seeing you. Have a good one.
Judge. Always.
Court is calling 2024 CR 4292, State of Texas versus April Marie Sanchez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Peter Calderola from the Sanchez, Your Honor.
And are you Ms. Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case?
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Your Honor, we're waiting for the answer application.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor, she has.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I believe she does that.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 16 months in the state jail facility, and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Thank you, ma'am.
Defense,
Yes, Your Honor.
state,
Yes,
into the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State officer exhibit 1 and all happens.
Any objection?
No objection.
State, you may continue to confer. Did you review the document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes,
Court will
ma'am.
find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
None of this.
All right, so she was reporting for what? For pretrial services?
Will be reported for parole, Your Honor.
All right, so you go to parole with drugs. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
all right, so what are you using?
Other than using that,
Then why do you have drugs in your pocket?
because I had it on.
You're here for drugs. And in the true bill of indictment, the enhancement that was waived was another drug case. So here's the thing, you're habitual. Really, the range of punishment for habitual for this offense is 2 to 20 years in prison. The state agreed to waive that and proceed on this as a state jail felony. So it appears to the court that you have a drug or alcohol problem. You can do one of two things. One, you can keep playing this game where you're in and out of prison. At some point in time, you're going to use somebody's drugs. They're not going to be good. They may be bad drugs, and you may end up dying. That's just the cold hard facts. Or you may end up spending the rest of your life in prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So here are your choices. One, I'm going to follow through with the 18 months. I can recommend you for the therapeutic community. The therapeutic community doesn't increase your time at the state jail facility. If you're there for 18 months, the therapeutic community is not going to keep you because you have not completed their program. but maybe it's something that could possibly help you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So would you like the therapeutic community?
Yes, ma'am.
No, no, I'm sorry, just to clarify for the record, it was 16 months and not 18.
I'm
correct?
sorry, 16
Okay,
months.
thank you.
Thank you. And do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
2, 4, 7, and 13.
All right, and who are they with now?
With foster care.
And Child Protective Services is in your life right now, or have you signed the rights away?
My family member has them.
All right. All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 16 months in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. I'm going to order the therapeutic community, and there's to be no contact with minors.
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. So here's the thing. Nobody, like your family members who have your children, they just probably intended to be babysitters. They didn't want to take on more children. If you're going to continue the way you're doing, you need to probably consider not having more children. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Or making sure that if you're going to continue in certain activities, that you don't become pregnant, because you're not taking care of any of your children and it's not good for them.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, okay? And when you get out, if you need help finding a place for treatment, you can always come back here, okay?
Okay.
All right, good luck.